Let's do this!
Well, welcome everybody. This is very exciting. Our very first podcast. Donal and Arthur, or Arthur and Donal. You keep saying Arthur and Donal.
How dare you? Arthur and Donal, let's do this.
Basically, if you're wondering, Arthur and I have been friends for quite some time now through our mutual friend Brian Dowling, also your husband.
Exactly. He used to say to me, oh my God, I have this amazing friend. I was like, I never heard about this friend. Who is this friend? And that was the time I was actually meant to be leaving UK, moving to LA. And the first time we met, it was Halloween time, 2017.
And you know what? Noah was about to be born. So that was the start of our
I
parenthood
remember
journey.
Sophia was absolutely beautiful, pregnant, glowing, and we had this beautiful lunch. You had the dyed hair, which was very awkward. I was like, oh, hello.
I will give you credit. You did convince me to stop dyeing the hair.
Thank you. Finally.
I was just fermenting my hair from
No, but
the
I
age
think you
of
look
24.
better. You look sexy. You look beautiful like this. You have to embrace your color.
Thank you.
And I have to say I'm jealous because, you know, I love...
You wish you had grey hair. I know. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, let's catch up. So what have you been doing? What are you working on? I know Dancing with the Stars is finished.
Yes.
What are you working on at the moment?
I'm so privileged to be back with Newbury Silverware, the legendary Newbury Silverware. So they asked me to be back. I'm doing this massive directing this beautiful video they haven't done since they've been open 1934. It's the first time they're doing this. So it's a beautiful video which I'm going to launch their beautiful new boxes.
And all the jewellery that you're wearing, are they okay with the fact that you have rings on your fingers, rings
Sorry,
on your
I think we
toes?
ran out of time. I think we're actually...
Are these all Newbridge silverware, or did you find...
Some of them are Newbury Silverware, but some of them, as you know, I travel the world.
Yeah.
So all my rings are coming from different countries.
Right.
So this is like pretty much international. This is Newbridge.
Yeah.
This is my wedding band, and this is kind of like fashion.
You don't really have... I think Newbridge silverware are making a mistake because you actually don't have room to put any more jewellery on
I
you.
think you're a jealous little B-word, some will say. You don't even wear anything. I didn't even style you with that T-shirt.
Well, I used to have a wedding band, and I literally bought like the cheapest wedding band because I was never going to wear a wedding ring. And I did then start wearing
Wait, go back. Did you just say cheapest wedding band?
Yeah.
Sophie, I am so sorry you're listening to this. I am so sorry.
We went down, so John Farrington on, what street is that? Beside Paris Court Townhouse. And we went in, and I went into John and got a ring for Sophie and proposed to her and did that whole thing. But I was like, I never wanted a ring. I never wanted to wear one. And then he was like, oh, you should have one just on the day because obviously you swap the rings. And so I got this cheap, I think it was 70 quid. I think it was 70
Oh my God,
quid.
I can't cope. Oh my God, I can't cope.
And then, I don't know what it was, but when Noah was born and our first child was born, maybe that's when I started taking our marriage seriously.
Now it's real. We've been married for Noah was 2017, so you were married 2 years.
Yeah, so I started wearing it then. And then Sophie was giving me a bit of, she was kind of giving it to me in the neck about not wearing the wedding ring. And I was like, well, we know it was so anyway, I was wearing it, and then my fingers got too fat. So now I don't wear anything.
Oh my God.
So I don't
normally you're not meant to be taking off. When you have your wedding band, you have to actually keep them. The only time I'm taking off when I'm dancing.
But I'm
because I don't
always
want to lose
cooking
it
as well. So I'm always in the kitchen and always taking it on and taking it off. And then I just would wear it all the time. But then my fingers got too fat. So that was the end of it.
This is actually, sorry for my language, bullshit excuse.
Well, what? I'm going to have to...
People cook with rings.
No, they do. And I could. And what I did think was, I need to get it, or maybe I just need to get a new one. Not one for 60
you know what?
quid.
10 years.
We are 10 years.
Yeah.
You're 10 years.
Well, you're
10 years.
Oh my God,
we didn't go to either person's wedding.
No, because I remember you guys invited us, and I didn't know at the time, and we were preparing our wedding. So I was like, it's too much, too much going on. I was like, no way, I don't know the guy. Who is he? I'm not
and then
going
we
there.
were on our honeymoon.
And then
so
you couldn't go.
You're all right. Thanks very much.
It's because I didn't come to your wedding.
Yeah, it was spite.
Oh
it was
finally
it was
the
a
truth
spite
comes
wedding
out.
invite.
And look at us now.
And here we are, 10 years on.
10 years
How
living.
does it feel to be 10 years married?
Do you know what? I feel amazing because I never thought there's so much going to happen. Because I remember when I moved to LA, you know me. I wanted to be in LA, living my life in LA, building new life and everything. And Brian never believed in me. You know I'm a doer.
Yeah.
You know I'm a positive person.
Yeah.
Whatever I put my mind to, I'm making it happen.
Now, I will say, you lived in LA, but Brian came in and for visits.
He always says I lived in LA. I was like, in 2 years being in LA, you probably were there 30 days.
I don't think he ever unpacked a suitcase.
That's so true. I give you that. That's so true.
But I do remember when you first came over, you were kind of figuring out where to live, and the two of you stayed in our guest room and left the suitcase there for like a week, because I don't know where you went, but you disappeared and left the suitcase there, and the smell of eau de parfum.
Oh my God, my perfume!
We could not get that smell of perfume.
Does that always remind me?
Yeah,
remind
anytime.
me of No, remind you of me, right?
You of me of you. Actually, one of the things when we were coming up with what the name of this podcast would be was I wanted to name it all the sayings that you get wrong.
Boring.
Like a scapegoat,
Boring.
you say an escapegoat. Or both you and Sophie say a blessing
in the sky.
But it's a blessing in disguise.
Disguise. We both foreigners. She's from Sweden. I'm from Armenia. Give us a credit.
Come on, stop
How
using
many
it.
languages do you speak?
3.
Lies.
Français?
You don't speak français.
Mais oui,
it's
I
always
do.
broken.
Mais oui, qu'est-ce que parlez-vous français?
Oh God, you speak French like
petit peu.
Brian.
I know. Well, look, we all know how many languages you
Exactly.
speak.
Exactly. Thank you so much.
So yeah, we've had an interesting week.
We
I
have-
was parenting solo for 5 days because Sophie actually went back to LA to
And I have
visit
a question
friends.
for you. How did you cope? Because let's be honest, you were probably having a nervous breakdown.
I was hanging on by a thread. Those children, no one prepares you for boys. Like, I am not a football dad. I am like, I want to do arts and crafts, do a bit of cooking, some baking.
God.
Those boys are absolutely insane
Wild.
in the membrane. They are wild.
Wild.
Like Ollie was chasing Noah with poo on a stick at one point. They were inspecting each other's bums when they wiped their bums the other day.
Oh my
Like, it is
God.
the level of which they get to, I am constantly surprised.
It's so funny. You have boys. What are the chances? And we have 2 girls,
know.
right? But they say there's a saying: boys rake your house, but
yeah.
the girls rake your head.
yeah, you've got.
And I feel
it's
like
coming for you.
I feel like they are
No,
coming
actually,
for us.
whenever I see
that's what they
Blake
say.
on Instagram, I think she has that sort of wild streak.
Do you know what she has? But I think she's become mellow. Do you know who's
Mm-hmm.
crazier? Your godchild. She has become, since she turned 9 months, it's like a switch turned, and she is so manipulative. She knows exactly what she wants.
Yeah.
She knows exactly who to go to, and she knows exactly what to do. And I never thought a 9 years old can actually have us around her finger.
I think she takes after
You.
I basically hung on by a thread while Sophie was in Los Angeles for 5 days, and it was actually quite good in some ways because she went away, and they're at that age
Living
now
her best
where
life. I love
she was
Sophia.
having a great time.
Good. She needs
She was
to.
having a great time, and I'm always supportive of like, yeah, go do it, and come back happier and stronger.
Because
and
you
all
both
those
are
things.
so busy all the time, so you have to have your own time. You know,
Yeah.
people saying, how can a parents go on their own having good time? Why not? Before you guys met, before me and Brian met, we had our own life. I was doing my own things, he was doing his own things, but sometimes it's also good to go on your own with
Yeah.
your friends, do whatever you want. And I
do you know
love
what?
that.
The hardest thing though, I think when she became a mum was like letting go of that, and like I was out the door no problem, but
We all know that.
But she was
Sophia.
definitely in the space of like she always wants to be there, and so I think she found it hard. But it was really good for her to go away
To let it
and to
go.
come back. So it went really well. Obviously they're absolutely wild, but Granny and Granddad came in and they helped a little bit. They didn't help that much.
The truth comes out.
No,
the
no, no,
truth
no,
comes
no.
out.
They didn't say boo to us all weekend. And then I was working on and doing it. We were doing a photography shoot on Monday, so they Granny, but just despite not picking up the phone to tell me that she had the children, she had gone and picked them up. So I knew
that they're in good hands.
That they were
and
in
they're
good
loving.
hands.
Actually, who's the bad cop, good cop? I mean, I think I know, but let's tell everybody.
With Sophie and I?
Yeah.
Ooh, well, I'm definitely the bad guy. I have a big dad voice, big dad energy.
But they never listen to you. They're always
Boys,
listening.
get your shoes on. Actually,
Oh my
when I get to spend some time with your 2 girls, they're going to hear that dad voice. I'm going to be laying down
Did,
some line. Yeah.
did you know what they're going to do to you?
What?
Rolling their eyes. They're like, what? What is that?
No, honestly, they are. In fairness to them, like they are as wild as they are. But I definitely have like I rule with an iron fist.
It's actually make me laugh. The way you think.
You don't
I don't.
believe it?
I can't take you seriously. I don't think I ever seen you being angry.
No, I'm not angry. Like, but I do like. If they're
discipline.
not listening, we have to do it. So my thing is a talk. We don't have naughty step. They have to talk it out.
Can I say something I will never forget? Before we had kids in LA, you used to take Noah outside, and that was the scariest thing. It's like, Noah, let's go outside. Every time he said Noah, let's go outside, I'm like, oh shit,
I
it's
know,
happening.
but you know what? 'Cause
And he was so good. He
that's
goes
how he-
stood there and listening to you.
Yep.
That was his actually naughty step.
The
pretty
worst
much.
thing they get is we're going to have to do a talk.
But why
And I-
outside? Why was there something
Because
like, let's go outside?
Because I also see, like, you know yourself, when you're going to the restaurants and stuff, and there's always, if there's a kid screaming, no shade and no judgment, but I will always remove the child from that situation, because for two reasons.
Very good point.
First reason is obviously to not interrupt everybody else, and secondly, it's that when you break the situation or you break the scenario that they're in and you bring them to a new place, I believe they it flips the switch and they just decide, okay, well, I was
my God,
upset
that
and
makes
crying
sense.
in there, but I'm not going to do it out here, and also I'm going.
But I love how you were authoritarian. It's like, we're going to go outside. Do you want to go outside?
Yeah.
And he knew exactly what's happening.
It still goes on today.
He's like 7 years old, 6 years old.
Oliver's outside most of the time.
And he doesn't care at all.
doesn't
He's
care.
like, who cares about outside?
He's wild.
Second
No
child.
one listens to me, but Ollie is wild, and he knows as well. I think he has like a similar sense of humor to me, so he never takes it all too seriously. So
He's so
he'll do the
cheeky. I
talk,
love it.
but he knows.
Well, I think Blue and Oliver will get on so well
I think we will
together.
too. We'll have to get them
God
together. It's
help
been a
us.
while.
Oh, God help. Actually, I have a very interesting question to ask you.
Okay.
When are you taking the aubergine off your Instagram?
I thought we weren't going to talk about the
Well,
song
do you
drama.
know what? I just want to ask you that question. Come on, spill it out.
Well, so
I
I
think-
have a confession to make.
Oh,
I changed in the height of the Eurosong drama that took place in
What drama? I don't
in the
know what you're talking
greyest days of Irish history, when we all had nothing else to be talking
God.
about. Off the back of the Eurosong drama, I was gifted a whole load of aubergines, and so I
Oh my God, I
decided
saw
I
that.
would change my name to Donal Aubergine, and now I have the aubergine emoji next to my name. Now the biggest issue there is I have been trying to change that.
you can't change
You
it.
can't change it for 30 days.
You're
So
joking.
the minute I changed it, I was like, oh no. So even if I wanted to change it back, so basically,
Stop.
That was my Eurosong karma. Is that now?
Oh
So I
my.
actually, it's been on. I have had an aubergine emoji next to my name for the last month and a half, and we have tried everything to get rid of
Oh
it. So
my.
Instagram or or Facebook, if you are listening, please remove the emoji.
I didn't realize that you can't change it. I thought you can change your name anytime.
You have to wait 30 days.
Surely it's 30 days.
Exactly. The 30 days are up, and it
As
hasn't
you can
changed.
tell, Donald is actually losing it here. Please, Instagram,
So
help him out.
what started as a joke is now something I live with permanently. I don't think I'll ever change it. I think it's here to stay.
I think you should stay. It's part of like history, Irish history now. I think you should always be there. But it's so funny.
I know.
But it was a pleasure sitting on that panel with you.
It was a great
fun.
fun.
Such a good
I
time.
really enjoyed the experience, and and I think there was a no. Let's not go into that.
No, let me talk about what's happening. So you say to me you tell me something happened to you. So what happened? You were going to tell me, but I'll tell you the story.
Hang on. So
Go for it. Just ask me. Oh God, can you present?
can we keep this in the podcast? So hang on. So you want me to ask you what happened yesterday, and then you're
God, Cut that out.
Is this meant to be natural? So you want me to
Yeah,
naturally ask you what happened
Yes.
yesterday, and then you're going to tell me a story? Okay, so Arthur, what happened yesterday?
Can't wait. You are such a bitch.
Oh, I'm gonna need some more.
Do you know what? Something happened to me yesterday, which was a little bit scary. I'm laughing now, but I was like, Brian! And he literally just came from 6, so he was home like 7:30.
Sorry, he came from what?
From 6.
I
Donald
heard
Skin
something else.
from a 6 o'clock show. Oh my God.
And then what happened?
And then I was having a shower, and then actually he was
he
with
cleaned
2
up?
kids dancing.
Sorry,
oh
go on.
God.
So he came from 6.
He came home from 6 o'clock show.
Yep.
I was having a shower, and then you put your moisturizer, all that stuff, and then my mom always told me to not use the cotton buds. You know, the long cotton buds cleaning your
Hang on,
ears.
did you have the shower or did he have the shower?
No, I was having a shower. He was downstairs with the kids.
Gotcha.
So, feeding them, having his, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I'm doing it. And then while I was cleaning my ear, when I was cleaning, the cotton bud stuck in my ear. And when I took it out, it wasn't there.
Stop!
I swear to God. And that little cotton thing was in my ear so far away. Start giving me headache. I was having kind of like a
Why did you
fainty
stick it in
moment.
so far?
No, I wasn't far. The thing.
Hang on. Sorry, the end of the cotton
The
bud.
end of the cotton bud stuck in it. I started panicking. I was trying to take it off,
Yeah.
but I couldn't. So I took the tweezers, tried to
Oh
go
no!
into...
Why did you go in with the tweezers?
Because I have to pull it off, pull it out.
There's so many double
wait.
entendres here
wait.
that
I had to, I swear, I found the longest tweezers and I couldn't, and I can hear, and it started giving me
Oh, no.
headache.
Oh, no.
I have
Why
my
did you
towel
not just
all
go to the
around me. I
doctor?
feel fainting. How am I going to go to the doctor? I'm literally
in a
half
towel
wet
with
in
the,
a towel.
with the cotton bud stuck
I
in your
screamed,
ear.
Brian! He was like, what the hell
was
is
he gonna
happening?
do?
So I came down, and now, you know when you're kind of in pain, you give out to your partner. I was
Yeah.
like, you stupid bitch, help me. He was like, what's happening here? The kids are running. Blake is dancing to Lady Gaga. And then I was like, Brian, I have the cotton bud stuck in my ear. And it was really far away. And he ended up putting the light from the phone, tried to get it out. Oh my God, when I
God.
say I was actually pretty much fainting.
So what? Like it was
literally,
lodged.
It was lodged in my ear. It was there. So I just have the, the stick.
Yeah.
Without the cotton buds on it.
I'd be instant.
And it was like,
I'm
and I
actually
couldn't.
puking a little
he
bit in
keeps
my mouth
saying,
now.
Arthur. Well, I pretty much was fainting with my towel in. Blake's like, Papa, Lady Gaga, Lady
You went
Gaga.
downstairs with no clothes on.
No, I had a towel
Oh,
around
Jesus.
me. Listen, I was dying nearly. I thought I was going to pass out. So it was actually in my ears. And Brian went in. He couldn't get it. And I keep calling him every single name you can imagine because I'm in pain. I started having a headache.
I love
can't
that in
hear.
I love that in that situation that you have done to yourself, you are giving
I am
out to
giving out
Brian.
to Brian. Because he was kind of like, what's happening? I'm like, you stupid bitch. Come on, take it out. Bless him. He was trying to
Did he get it?
control.
Did he get it?
Well, it took a while, but he literally went with the tweezers in my ear, and I can hear that.
Oh no, I'd be out.
He literally pulled out from my ear, and it was like a long like this because obviously it's expanded or whatever.
Vomit.
When I say to you, it's like,
Vomit. I'm like vomiting right now. That's disgusting.
but I don't know if anybody had that. But the panic attack, you know me, I don't panic. I'm like, let's go,
I'm
everything's
surprised
fine.
there was anything in there.
You evil bitch.
Well, speaking of panic mode, I didn't confess my full confession about while the kids were staying with me.
I knew there was something.
So Sophie obviously went away for the 5 days.
Yes.
And I was doing so well.
Oh my God.
But speaking of your panic station with the cotton bud, it just reminded me that I was all set to go to school on Monday. So it was the last day and Sophie was coming back on Tuesday. And it was the last day. And basically I had the lunches packed, which is no mean feat.
Which is, you're very good. You're
Which
very
is no
easy.
mean feat. You have to get the breakfast on. You have to do the lunches. You have to get them brushing the teeth. Get them dressed into the uniform. Where's the uniform?
my
Can't put on your socks. You wear your shoes. All this. The dog, meanwhile, is like pacing, stressed to try.
Oh, Max, I love you, Max.
So anyway, get through all of that. Get to the final moment where I've got their school bags in. I've strapping them into the bloody car.
Oh, no,
is
don't.
Jesus,
Don't.
Mary and
Blake
Joseph.
started not hating
Oh
that.
my
She
God.
doesn't like the stripes.
So Noah can do it himself, and then Ollie insists that he can't, even though he probably can. So I'm strapping him in. So I strap him in, finally get into the car, in a flounce into the car, and I'm like, the fucking keys. The keys.
No.
The keys are locked in the house. The keys to the car locked in the house. And I'm like, okay, no. And I was in such a mode of like, right, let's go. And so I grab Ollie out of the back. And so if anyone ever wants to rob our house, the bedroom window always open.
Oh my God.
Don't rob our house.
Fake news.
Don't rob our house. We have security cameras. But the bedroom window is open because I like to air the room after, a night of
I like
sleep.
doing that. Yes. You have to always air a room.
It's also, the window is so small that only Ollie would be able to fit in.
You didn't put your...
So
Wait. Go
so
back.
I grab Ollie out of his car seat and I said, right, Papa has a little job for you,
my
Ollie.
God, stop.
Come on now, Ollie. Let's go.
Stop.
And so I bring him to the window, and the reason he instantly starts crying is because Sophie has done this to him before.
Oh my God. The truth just came out.
And I was like, okay, Ollie, if you go in, we're going to be cat burglars. You go in, you're going to be a cat burglar. You're going to get in. So meanwhile, like, I'm shoving him through the window by his legs. And
Where is Oliver
he's
at this
crying.
time?
He's crying. Ollie, I'm pushing
that's
him.
Ollie. That's not...
Noah's in the car.
Noah's in the car.
He's
It's
too
like-
big. His days
Sorry,
of cat
Noah.
burglaring.
Yeah.
Days of cat burglaring are behind him at this stage. So anyway, Ollie's starting to cry, and I'm like, no, Papa's going to get you some Lego. Papa's going to get you some Lego. And
my God.
I have a little treat for you. So
Oh
he was
my
like,
God.
so he agrees to it. So at that point, I'm dangling Ollie by his legs into the bedroom window. And he kind of like flops onto the bed and then goes, so I'm like, Ollie, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So meanwhile, he gets out of his little strop and goes and opens the front door, and all was okay. And I literally had to plead with him not to tell the teachers, not to tell anyone.
Well, whoever's listening to this podcast, here we go. The truth always comes out.
I know.
That's all I'm going to say.
But look,
all the teachers,
apart
Sophie.
from that, we were unscathed, and 5 days of parenting, no problem.
High five to that.
Cat
You
burglar.
survived.
I have a cat
I
burglar
always
child.
said, Did you get a Lego for him?
He got Lego and he got a Cadbury's cream egg.
Oh my God,
So
he's so
look,
spoiled. I love
wins
it.
already.
He saved your life, so.
He did. What were
Imagine
we going to
not-
do? And this is an ongoing thing because we always forget to leave a spare key somewhere.
Well, is your key not attached to your car key?
Yeah, the car keys was what I was missing. So I could have, I would have dealt with it later if I'd had the car keys.
But wait, I'm a little bit confused. Where is your house key? Car key's missing, but why can you open the door?
I couldn't open the door because the car keys and the house key. This is going to be a long
Oh,
podcast.
God,
I'm
why-
really sorry.
Oh my God.
Edit this out. For
No,
God's
keep it,
sake.
please.
One thing that we both love is scrolling on TikTok and Instagram.
Love.
And we were going to call the
Love.
podcast Scroll Hole because you didn't like that idea.
No.
I like that name. But the whole idea
Thank
of...
God for once you listened to me.
I know,
and
I
we didn't
listened
go
to you.
with that
Let's
idea.
do this.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
But yeah, so one of the things we both love, mutually have a love for, is the internet trends and the
Yes,
TikToks
we
and the
do.
Instagrams.
We
And
do.
one of the things that we were sent this week was a video of a guy who has his morning routine nailed. And have you seen these videos online where it's lots of morning routines? They do, the for productivity. There's productivity and life hacks involved.
No.
No. Okay, well, let's have a
No.
look.
So he's brushing his teeth 4 a.m. Okay.
I like this. I like a morning routine video. I like.
Okay.
He looks like a CEO. What's the thing on his nose?
I don't know. Oh, it's like maybe the black.
This guy is me. I was up at 4:30 this morning doing morning affirmations.
Okay, first of all, you don't look like this guy. That's
I
all
look
I'm
just
saying.
like that guy.
Where is this going? I don't get it.
So, this is a morning routine. You wouldn't understand because you have no routine in your life.
But this guy doesn't have kids to feed.
No, this is.
to put
I was up at
pajamas on.
4:30 this morning. I was not running like that. Okay.
With everything he has done now, it's 7:30 a.m. only.
Yeah. See, look how much you could. Janie Mac.
Is this no?
So he's diving into a pool. He's gone from the hot to the cold. Your man's getting the towel. Okay. You see, now this is I like a bit of this. Do you not like a morning routine?
I'm gonna be honest with you. This is absolutely bull.
Did you see
No,
that?
banana. No, this I do not believe anything.
He just wiped his face with a banana.
And then his wife or girlfriend, whoever it is, making the breakfast.
This guy has it sorted. I want this guy's life.
Okay. I'm gonna
morning
be honest with
routine.
you. I don't believe this. It's all fake. I'm sorry. Nobody does that.
Okay, so big
There's
question.
no way every second he's calculated he's doing that. No, I've seen people in LA doing that, but not that extreme. Come on.
Now, I'm a big fan of a morning routine, and I think he's doing some interesting things.
I'll
there.
live with you for 4 years, 4 weeks.
45 years.
I've never seen you doing that. So let's not lie.
Okay, I'm
you
not
have your
gonna lie,
No,
but-
you wake up.
Yeah.
You get your shower and everything. You do your coffee, little
Yeah.
gazette, whatever. You go in the garden, having your little jazz music.
Yeah.
You never done that.
No, look, but that's
and that's
extreme.
realistic.
But I like the idea of a little morning routine. And when we were living together, I would have that thing where, and this is in COVID times, so that we actually had time to do these things. But my little routine was to wake up in the morning, go down, make a nice French press coffee, get the radio on, read a book, go out to the garden, try and avoid you doing your TikTok dances in the garden, and then
That's
I'd
so
go into
true.
the very back of the garden, and I would have this lovely little moment of like 30
And then
minutes.
Sophie
to
and I
myself.
were like, where is Donal? He's been there in the garden for like 5 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, I agree that. But this is not realistic, especially when you're a parent. There's no way you could do 701, 703, 705. It's not realistic.
I think
I'm sorry.
You need it.
Even though you know me, you get me back to the gym.
We both need a morning routine.
No, this is good. I mean, respect to him, but
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's not realistic. I used to actually know people, especially as a dancer. I used to actually work with people who wake up 6 in the morning, go to the gym, get ready, come back, and carry on with their days. But there's no way you do that every single second.
I think my biggest
It's not
thing-
realistic.
I know it's not, but I think when you have someone like that who is like regimented with it, I think you kind of get into that mode. And I never really found that, and especially now since becoming a parent, Jesus, there's no
But
chance.
you don't have time. I can't wait for this man to have kids, or if he wants kids or whatever. But you know what? That you will, even though I'm trying every morning, wake up with girls, you know, dress them, the breakfast, this and that. I still don't have time what I used to do before.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Well, you know what?
And you know me, I'm a doer.
You are a
I
doer.
get up and do it, but that's not realistic.
But that's the thing,
That's why.
and especially with parenthood, like it comes in different chapters. And I
Totally.
will say, so like we've 5 and 7-year-old. I'm waking up before they do at the moment, and it is a game changer. So I'm waking up at half
And you do
6,
so much.
and I get up out of bed before they're out of bed, and I have
love
them
that.
so trained that like you can't come out. We have one of those little grow clocks, you know, those glow clock things, and I say until the sun comes up, I do not want to see you out of your rooms, boys. Back into bed, back into bed.
I'm actually
And
stealing that
as
idea.
a
That's a
result,
good idea.
I get up at 6:30, start on the lunch boxes, have the coffee, have a little whisper of time to myself before it all kind of kicks off. Sophie kind of wanders out. Though this is only recent. I don't know how long it'll last, but I'm loving it. And I'm loving that little sense of morning routine. So look, that's extreme.
But you see, boys, I understand that because they're a certain age.
Yeah.
Imagine me saying to Blake, you know, you can come out.
No,
He's
I
like,
know.
what?
But that's what I mean. You're at a
It's a
different
different-
stage.
yeah, I
And
understand.
like that's the thing. I think when you're in the stage you're at, you like look at a video like that and you're like, that is never going to be
This is why, you know, me and Brian post everything. We want to be as real as possible on social media. Like, I don't want to be too fakey doing this and that because I don't want to be perceived that
An
I'm doing the
scapegoat?
scapegoat. You're such
a blessing in disguise.
It is blessing in disguise. I'm blessing.
So
in
you don't want to
disguise.
be perceived as fake.
No, like I'm gonna everything we post. That's why I said Brian and I, we want to be authentic. Everything we post is realistic. But watching that video, yeah, it's great. He's looking good. He looks, handsome man. Blah blah. But let's be honest, it's not realistic.
I think you could do with a bit of mouth taping. One of the things we wanted to do on this podcast is lift people up. And
100%.
it is one of the things that I think Irish people do really well. We share stories and we lift people up, and there's lovely stories being
Totally.
shared. But it came off the back of the fact that I was shooting photography in Newbridge House and Farm up in Donabate earlier this week. And Lorraine, who works there, she came up to me and she asked me, would I do a little video for her charity that she was raising money for, which was Walking for Autism, or Walk for Autism. So she's doing 100,000 steps to raise money for autism. You can sponsor her, and we did a little video together. And I just think
my
those
God,
sorts
that's
of lovely little stories.
Did
And
she
there's
do
so many
100
people.
100,000 steps in one go or different?
What?
Did she do 100,000 steps in one go?
I don't know. Hang on, think about that now.
Yeah, because you can actually.
How long do you think she'd be? Well, most
You
people do
could.
like 10,000 steps a day.
Yeah, but
if we're lucky.
In New York, once I did 90,000 steps with Brian in one day.
You did 90,000 steps in one
Yes.
day. You did in your
I
eye.
did with my
No.
two nieces and my sister-in-law in New York. We did 90,000 steps. True story. This is why I'm wondering
Maybe
if Lorraine
if
did
you-
100,000.
Maybe if you walked from Ireland
Do you
to
know
New York.
what? After this podcast, I'm gonna call my husband and he's gonna vouch for me.
There is no way you could have done 90,000 steps in one day.
We walked so much that poor Chloe had blisters in her feet.
So basically, you're saying Lorraine shouldn't bother her arse.
No, Lorraine did. That's what I'm saying. Well done, 100,000 steps.
She hasn't done it yet.
Ah,
She's doing the video.
Sorry,
so
I
that-
thought you just said she's done it.
Like, I love Ireland for these good news stories. We're very charitable here, and I think
You
there's
are.
always these lovely good news stories. So, Lorraine, fair play to you. 100,000 steps for Walking for Autism. So we leave a little link if you want to support Lorraine. And if you have good news stories, we want the good news stories. We're
Absolutely.
looking for. We need a bit of good news in the world.
We always need the good news in the world. Seriously, have you met us?
I know.
Fun, life, energy. That's what we need in life because
Speak
so
for
many.
yourself. Misery.
Exactly.
Misery,
Thank God you have me
moaning,
here. And even I style you, give some colors in your
Thank you
life.
so much
You
for
see?
styling me. Yes, I was wearing nothing. You put some clothes on my back. Thank you so
Oh
much.
my God, I can't believe this is our first ever episode.
How did you feel it went?
I feel absolutely amazing. To be honest, we're such a talker, so we never stop. When we meet each other, we always talk. So I think this is kind of like a therapy for you
It
and I.
is a bit of therapy. And I think it gets us both out of the house.
100%.
We get to hang out.
And we can actually get longer than this because we can say we're still working together. So
yeah, we keep going.
Come back.
But I actually, do you know
Brian.
what? We did our High Road, Low Road episode. How did you enjoyed that, didn't you?
I absolutely loved it. Especially it was the first time, not the COVID days, but the first time we spent 5 days together.
Yeah.
And we had such a good time together. And that's why I think people never seen the dynamic between you and me.
Mm.
Yeah, when we traveled together, you were a little bit in your zone, in your little corner.
Mm.
But this was the first time they seen you screaming like a little girl. So it's something new to
We were being
everybody.
propelled down a hill.
Yeah, that was amazing. I don't know, we were
I hated
screaming
that.
like a hyena.
I hated
but it
that.
was perfect. I loved every minute of it. And that's what we always said. We want to do something together.
Yeah.
But we never had the opportunity because you do your things, I do my things, blah, 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 blah.
And look at us
then
now,
finally,
here we are.
who would have thought 5 years later, be sitting there and doing something?
I had to get rid of my desks. I've had to change my entire
I
office.
love how it's all actually set up and all the crew. Everybody's been absolutely amazing. No, I think, you know what? Like I always say in life, you don't ask, you don't get, you don't try, you will never know.
This is
So
it.
this is our beginning of something new, or who knows what could
Who
happen.
knows? But yes, thank you for joining us on the Let's Do This
Oh my God, you're so serious.
podcast.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us on the Let's Do. Someone has to be serious in this. Someone has to host the podcast. So
Listen,
now we are doing a podcast and talking about the podcast, and we are in the podcast. So this is.
we have a podcast.
We have a podcast. Right, let's do this.